What's going on, guys? I'm Landon from Shoeware, and today we're putting the newest models from Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving's shoe lines with Nike head to head to see how they compare. So first, for a quick rundown on the box and the price, both boxes kind of have their player logo blown up in the center. I honestly do think Kyrie has the better player logo. It does look pretty clean, but pretty simple for both pairs. But as for pricing, the KD14s are retailing for $150. Even though these were a little bit higher at $160, just because it was like a special release or a special colorway, but that's going to be about $20 higher than the retail tag for the Kyrie 7s, which are at $130. So keep in mind that Kevin Durant is on his 14 signature shoe, which is doubling Kyrie's, who's only at number 7. So shoes always tend to go up over time. So they'll start to get up there near that price eventually, I would guess. But that kind of covers the box and the price for these. So now let's go ahead and get into the shoes. All right, so before I get into the performance comparison, I briefly want to hit on like the appearance for each of these shoes to let you guys know what I like and what I don't like. So we do have some pretty fun colorways to check out today with the KD14 Ron English 1, and then you got the Kyrie 7 One World, One People. So you're actually even going to see that text show up on the back of the shoe near the heel. So something I love that has kind of grown on me a lot with basketball shoes though is going to be the strap, which you can actually see show up on this KD14 model. So it wasn't on last year's model for him, but it did on the KD13s, but it does show up here. While ironically, the Kyrie 6 did have the strap, but they did take it away for this year's Kyrie 7 model. So I just think there's a lot of things that you can do with that strap. Like here, it's got a really cool multicolored design. It's even meant to kind of resemble like the Grim Reaper like sword. So I think that's cool. But something I have always liked on Kyrie's lines is that kind of shark tooth design that runs along that midsole. It shows up on like most, or like at least a few of his models, like the Kyrie 1, the Kyrie 4. I just think that gives these a cool look. But I do like the Air Zoom bubble unit on the side of the midsole for the KD14s too. And then both of these do have some pretty cool patterns going on for the upper on these shoes. The details are pretty clean, but I'm going to go ahead and leave the appearance section alone now. And now we'll go ahead and check out how each of these shoes perform on the court. All right, so now looking more at the performance and the materials comparison, let's go over the cushioning first. So the KD14 has a full-length Zoom strobel unit paired with some cushion foam that in the midsole that gives these a super soft feel to play in. That is definitely one of the strong points for this shoe. Then as for the Kyrie 7, you can't see spelled out on that midsole in like the red portion that these have an Air Zoom turbo unit in the front half of that shoe. And that is something that you can feel pretty much immediately whenever you start playing in those. And the Kyries don't have as soft as a feel as the KDs, but it's still going to be well above average. And then checking out the support, both of these shoes do a pretty good job in that area. The KD14 is, the strap on that KD14 is kind of meant for some extra lockdown, but it really doesn't do all that much. But I do like the four flaps that are kind of up around the laces that kind of help lock your feet into play. And then the materials are just a little more firm on the Kyrie 7, giving you really solid containment for your foot. And that's going to be a focal point for Kyrie, of course, because he is really shifty on the court, making all types of dribble moves and all types of cuts and stuff like that. But now jumping to the bottom and looking at traction, you will see two completely different setups. The KD14s were kind of similar to last year's 13 model with those kind of oval pieces on there that do like the lateral or like the side-to-side coverage for the shoe. While the rest of that design, the waves and the ridges kind of handle most of the front-to-back movement, but these definitely grip the floor very nicely. But the Kyrie 7s, these are like an absolute mess of like grooves and cuts because this is going to be one of those shoes that Nike used a computer generated like kind of traction pattern as the setup. And while these do play pretty well on clean courts, there's definitely still some inconsistencies with the overall traction performance. But as for sizing, both are a perfect true to size fit. So I definitely would recommend going true to your normal size with Nike. But as for the final ratings, the KDs won me over with that strap for the overall design, for the appearance on these. And they have a really nice look to the upper. But then moving on to cushioning, they did win that battle as well. The KD14s, they honestly just kind of feel like you're walking on a cloud. But as for the Kyrie 7s, they do win the support battle. The materials kind of combined with those lace locks give you a really great feel and allow you to kind of move freely without having to worry about your foot moving around too much inside of that shoe. But then it's back to the KD14s for traction. The pattern plays really well. The Kyrie 7s, they honestly just kind of took a step back from the Kyrie 6 model. So the KD14 is actually going to walk away the winner in this matchup. But let me just make sure you guys let me know in the comments which shoe you guys like better. And then just in case you do want a little bit more of an in-depth review for each shoe, we do have individual shoe reviews out for each pair where I do go a little bit deeper into these models, so feel free to check that out as well. All right, so that pretty much wraps up our unboxing and performance comparison for the KD14 and the Kyrie 7. Thank you guys for taking some time to watch. If you're interested in purchasing either of these shoes, just check out the links in the description below. Also, feel free to click the link in our bio, and from there you can find our shoes that are available for sale on our website, or you can also head over to our social media just to kind of stay informed on any upcoming sneaker releases. And then last, as always, just feel free to leave a comment below if you like this review, or just let us know any other shoes you may want us to check out. But until next review, I'm Landon from Shoeware. Peace.